What would you do for the nail? I'ma go bankrupt for the nail. Decline. Swarovski crystal on the nail. That's pretty. Drip, 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 drip on the nail. Relax your hair, relax your hand for the nail. I'ma go to school for the nail. You smart. I'ma get licensed for the nail. Girl, look, fight like Mike Tyson for the nail. Bitch, I just got done fighting. Look at my nail. Can I get Cardi B nail? Oh, that's cute. Pick your color for the nail. I'ma go to work for the nail.
What's up, Nail Stripping Sauce Squad? I just want to thank everyone for clicking on the video, joining me on this evening. I have been getting so many requests for me to continue doing the MILADY nail technology chapter reviews for everyone. So with me getting those requests, I was like, yes, I have to. I really do. I was missing you guys. With COVID and everything going on, I know it's messed a lot of people's lives. You know, it turned everything around, and just some different changes all throughout the world. So I hope everyone is safe. And with that being said, let's get on into it. Chapter 13, you guys. So we are finally getting into some fun in this book. Chapter 13 will be going over manicuring. So I'm going to give you guys some time to get ready. Come on in and tune in, get settled. Bring these good vibes only. If you ain't got no good vibes, I need for you to exit stage left and go ahead and click on another video. Tonight we're going to do a lot of learning. I want this to be fun tonight so that we can really learn. I am trying to target any age. There are a lot of young girls now who are wanting to learn how to do nails. So, mommies, if your daughters are looking into nails as well, have her sit right along with you, and so we can learn together. So get your notebooks, your paper, your pencil, whatever. As I stated before in my other videos, make sure you have the PDF. It is out there, guys. It's a free link out there. I'm pretty sure you can come across the free link to this textbook. If you don't have the PDF file, you can purchase the actual textbook online. They have it on Amazon. They have many different online sources where you can purchase this textbook from as well. All right, so chapter 13. All right, so chapter outline. Why study manicuring? State regulations for nail professionals, nail technology tools, professional nail products, the basic manicure, a man's manicure service, massage, spa manicures, aromatherapy, paraffin wax treatment, nail art, only the beginning, and procedures. And in every chapter, we do have learning objectives. All right, so after completing this chapter, we will be able to, let's say that again, y'all. After completing this chapter, we will be able to, 1, define scope of practice and describe the potential consequences if a nail technician works outside their scope of practice. Identify the 4 types of nail implements and or tools required to perform a manicure. Explain the differences between reusable, multi-use, and disposable single-use implements. Name and describe the 3-part procedure used in the performance of the basic manicure. Explain why a consultation is important before a service in the salon. List and describe the 5 basic nail shapes for women. Describe the most popular nail shapes for men. List the massage movements for hand and arm massage. Explain the difference between a basic manicure and a spa manicure. Describe how aromatherapy is best used in manicuring services. Explain the benefits of paraffin wax and manicuring. Describe a proper setup for the manicuring table. List the steps in the basic manicure. Describe the proper techniques for the application of nail polish. Describe the procedure for a paraffin wax hand treatment before a manicure. So we are learning a lot in this chapter. Those are the key terms. What page you can find the key terms on. Let's begin. Why study manicuring? Nail technicians should have a thorough understanding of manicuring because the appearance of nails and hands has become a visual benchmark in our society and the assessment of a person's both socially and professionally. Fashions are continuously changing and a nail professional is exposed to and stays current with new trends in nail beauty. Some clients cannot, due to health issues, maintain their own nails. Others prefer to have a knowledgeable professional perform this task for them. Clients love the relaxation and pampering manicurists provide in this stressful world. State regulations for nail professionals. During your studies, you will be learning about the regulations concerning performing nail services within your state. These regulations are very important to you as a nail technician and map out what is called your scope of practice, SOP. The list of services that you are legally allowed to perform in your specialty in your state. The SOP may or may not state those services you cannot legally perform. Your instructor will provide important guidelines for your adhering closely to your SOP in your state. Know that if you perform services outside these regulations concerning allowable services, you may lose your license. Also, if damages to a client occur while performing an illegal service, you are fully liable both professionally and personally. Okay, so before I move forward, the SOP is just stating that each state has different regulations that we must abide by as nail technicians. By not doing so, we can lose our license, and it affects us professionally and personally. Nail technology tools. As a professional nail technician, it is important that you learn to work with the tools required for nail services and know all safety, sanitation, and disinfection procedures as stated in your state's regulations. The 4 types of nail technology tools that you will incorporate into your services include: number 1, equipment; 2, implements; 3, materials; 4, professional nail products. So these are the 4 things that we need for nail technology that will help us better perform our services and to fully perform our services. Equipment includes all permanent tools used to perform nail services that are not implements. Manicure table. A standard manicuring table usually includes a drawer and a shelf, one or more with or without doors, for storing properly cleaned and disinfected implements and professional products. The table can vary in length, but is usually 36 to 48 inches long, and the width is normally 16 to 21. The surface of the table must be cleaned and disinfected between clients, so it must be a hard and impenetrable surface, such as formica or glass, and be kept clear of clutter. So it is important to have a standardized manicuring table. That way you're not either, leaning over, putting strain on your back, putting strain on your arm or the client's arm. Adjustable lamp. An adjustable lamp is attached to the table and should use a 40 to 60 watt incandescent bulb or fluorescent bulb. Fluorescent bulbs are very popular because they emit a cooler light. Most people prefer true color fluorescent bulb lamps. True indicates that they show the skin and polishes in their actual color and natural light. Fluorescent lights also do not heat up objects underneath the lamp, as do hot white incandescent bulbs. Higher temperatures caused by an incandescent bulb can increase the curing speed of some nail enhancement products. Curing too quickly can cause undue cracking and lifting. Nail technicians and client chairs. The nail technician chairs should be selected for ergonomics, comfort, durability, resistance to staining, and ease of cleaning. The most appropriate chair has wheels to allow the technician movability and hydraulics to allow up and down adjustment. The client's chair must be durable and comfortable. For the comfort of clients, select a chair that has no or low arms on the side, so the chair can be moved closer to the table. This will allow the client's arm to rest on the nail table and prevent the client and nail technician from needing to stretch forward. The chair should also have a supportive back so that the client can sit comfortably and relax during the service. The client chair should not have wheels, as wheelchairs are unstable and could cause falling accidents for elderly or weak clients. So all of these that we are going through are still equipment. It's still under the equipment category. Finger bowl is used for sucking the client's fingers in warm water to soften the skin and cuticle. It can be made from materials such as plastic, metal, glass, or even an attractive ceramic. Finger bowls should be durable and easy to thoroughly clean and disinfect after each use on each client. So figure 13-4 shows you a manicure bowl, a finger bowl. You can find those at your local beauty supply stores, Sally's. Disinfection container. A disinfection container must be large enough to hold sufficient liquid disinfectant solution to completely immerse several service sets of implements. Containers that do not allow the entire implement, including handles, to be submerged are not acceptable for use in professional salons. Let's read that again. Containers that do not allow the entire implement, including handles, to be submerged are not acceptable for use in professional salons. These containers come in many shapes, sizes, and materials and must have a lid to keep the disinfectant solution from becoming contaminated when not in use. Most containers are equipped with a tray, and lifting the tray by its handle allows the technician to remove the implements from the solution without contaminating the solution or implements. After the implements are removed from the disinfectant container, they must be rinsed and air or towel dried in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and state regulations. Disinfectant must never be allowed to come in contact with the skin. If your disinfectant container does not have a lift tray or basket to allow rinsing, remove the implements with tongues or tweezers or gloved hands. It is important to wear gloves when removing and rinsing implements because they prevent your fingers from coming into contact with disinfectant solution. All disinfectant containers must be kept closed when not in use to prevent contamination and evaporation. All right, figure 13-5 shows you an example of a, they call that a sterilizing tray. I have one of those as well. And then I also have the barbicide jar. I myself prefer the tray over the jar because it's easier to just, lift up and get out compared to the jar. You gotta, lift it out, and I don't know. I just prefer the tray. Client's arm cushion, an 8 to 12-inch cushion that can be cleaned with soap and water, made especially for the comfort of the client's arm, is an option when performing nail services. It must be covered with a fresh, clean towel for each client. A clean towel that is folded or rolled into a cushion size may also be used instead of a commercially purchased cushion. If you also look on YouTube, if you don't have a armrest, arm cushion, they have ways on YouTube where you can look and they show you DIYs you can make your own arm cushion from stuff that you already have at home. Let's read this. Did you know? Did you know implements must be properly prepared or prepped with a thorough cleaning before being placed in a disinfectant solution? Implements must be scrubbed with warm water, liquid soap, and a brush, and then rinsed, patted dry before placed in the disinfected liquid. Dirty or improperly prepared implements will not be disinfected in the solution and will contaminate the disinfectant. So yes, before putting all of your implements in your disinfectant solution, you must clean and scrub it with warm water and soap. And then, place in the disinfectant solution. Some disinfectant solutions want you to air dry the implements first. Some want you to pat dry them, but it depends on, just read your instructions. Service cushion. This is optional. A foam cushion that is higher in the middle and lower on the ends can be placed between the client and the nail technician during a manicure. It is believed the client and the nail technician it is believed to provide more comfort during the service for both parties. The service cushion must be fully covered by a fresh, clean towel throughout each service. Gauze and cotton wipe container. This container holds absorbent cotton lint-free wipes or gauze squares to pledges for use during their services. It must have a lid to protect the contents from dust and contaminants. Trash containers. The trash container with a self-closing lid should be located next to your workstation. Trash containers should be lined with a disposable trash bag and closed when not in use. It must be empty at the end of each workday, cleaned and disinfected often. A trash container with a self-closing lid is one way to prevent excessive odors and vapors in the salon. Supply tray. This is also optional. This sturdy tray can be cleaned and holds nail products such as polishes, polish removers, and creams. It should be sturdy and easy to clean. Many technicians put every product they need for their service they will perform on a tray and then lift it from a shelf in their station onto their table in one efficient movement. This keeps the tabletops clear, maintaining a clean, non-cluttered appearance that is easy to disinfect after each service. Electric nail polish dryer. A nail polish dryer is designated to shorten the time it takes for a client's nail polish to dry. Electric nail dryers have heaters and fans that blow air onto nail plates to speed evaporation of solvents from nail polishes, allowing them to harden more quickly. Light bulb type nail polish dryers create warmth to speed drying and work in same fashion as electric dryers. They may or may not have fans. Sorry, y'all. Throat. UV or LED light units. Before I continue, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button for me. If you have not subscribe, and join Nail Dripping Sauce Squad family. We would love to have you with me doing this video. I do want to announce that I am hosting 2 giveaways. One I am doing on my through my Facebook and Instagram, but that applies to like family and friends, so I won't even tell y'all about that. And then the other one is switched through my YouTube. I haven't got everything all together, so I won't say what I will be giving away. But yeah, just continue to watch. I will be announcing it in my next video. So yeah, go ahead and hit that like button. I thank you for continuing to watch with me, and let's continue. Ultraviolet UV lamps and light-emitting diode LED lamps are light units. Although many clients may think of them as dryers, they are designed to cure, not dry polishes that contain an ingredient sensitive to the UVA wavelength of the bulb in the dryer. This chemical ingredient is a photoinitiator that would trigger the cure. Exposure to the photoinitiator to a particular wavelength triggers curing of the polish. Electric hand foot mitts. These heated mitts are designed to add special treatment to a manicure. Heated mitts make for a higher cost of service or can be added to a service. After the massage, conditioning lotion or even a mask be applied to the hands, feet, which are then placed in a plastic cover and then inserted into the foot mitts. The warmth helps the conditioning ingredients to penetrate, adds to the comfort of the service, and provides ultimate relaxation for the client. Electric mitts are available for both hands and feet. Terry cloth mitts. These washable mitts are placed over a client's hands or feet after a penetrating conditioning product has been applied, and the cover is placed over the product to prevent it from getting onto the mitts. These mitts are routinely used over paraffin to maintain a heat for a long time, over masks to encourage the natural heat from the skin to enhance penetration of the product's ingredients. So all of these are optional. If you do want to add these to your services, I would suggest, like it said in here, to maybe an extra fee, add an extra fee, or maybe have a upgrade service like a deluxe or a luxury service. Okay, paraffin bath. This is optional. Paraffin Tubs has an automatic thermostat that maintains a paraffin at the ideal temperature for application to the hands and feet. Paraffin is applied to the skin and enhances moisture. The application can be added to manicures and pedicures for extra charge or included in an upscale service. Though there are many ways to apply paraffin, the traditional method is to dip the hands and feet into the paraffin in the bath. The paraffin coats the skin, holding the skin's natural moisture in the epidermal layers and thus promoting moisturization of the skin. The bath is often the first attempt salons and spas purchase after they have acquired the basic equipment. Check the regulations in your state concerning the use of paraffin in salons. Gloves are personal protective equipment worn to protect the nail technicians from exposure to microbes during services. The OSHA defines PPE as specialized clothing or equipment worn by an employee for protection against hazard. The hazards this particular standard refers to are bloodborne pathogens, pathogenic microorganisms that are presented in human blood and other bodily fluids that can cause disease in humans. These pathogens include, but are not limited to, hepatitis B and HIV. Currently, there are differences of opinions in the nail industry about whether gloves must be worn by service providers. Many say gloves should be worn throughout every service, as occasionally nail technicians are exposed to blood. Others say it's only important when there is exposure to blood, meaning an injury causing bleeding. The rulings from OSHA's Universal Precautions Standard, which was an addition to the OSHA's Act of 1970, provided the answer as per federal standards. Universal precautions included guidelines in the use of gloves, masks, and eyewear when in contact with blood or bodily secretions containing blood or blood elements is a possibility. The Universal Precautions Standard with OSHA reads, universal precautions shall be observed to prevent occupational exposure to blood or other potential infectious material. Occupational exposure includes any reasonable and anticipated skin, eye, mucous membrane, or potential contact with blood or other potential infectious materials that may result from the performance of an employee's duties. It does not say only wear gloves when there is exposure to a large amount of blood. Sorry, I was reading that. Did you know? I don't want to take up too much time, so you guys can read that yourselves. In 1996, the CDC expanded the concept of universal precautions and changed the term to standard precautions. Though many people use the term interchangeably, standard precautions expand the universal precaution standards from masks, gloves, and eye protection to the recommendation of hepatitis B vaccinations to include the protocols used to maintain an aseptic field and to prevent cross-contamination and cross-infection in the environment, the use of disposable and proper disposal of contaminated waste such as contaminated gauze and more. Standard precaution changed the concepts of UP from use of only by medical personnel to include their use by and protection of workers in general. Nail technicians are now covered by OSHA and must follow standard precautions. These precautions mean gloves must be worn during services. Gloves are single-use equipment. A new set is used for every client. They may need to be changed during the service according to the protocol. Gloves are removed by inverting the cuffs, pulling them off inside out, and then disposing of them into the trash. The gloves taken off first is then held in the glove with the glove still on, and then the glove that with the cuff inverted is pulled over the first glove inside out. So if you didn't understand it, I will explain. I will be showing a demonstration of what they said, what all of that just said. If some of you have, and a lot of you may know how to remove gloves without getting in contact with the glove and whatever fluids that's on the glove. I learned that when I was studying medical assistant years ago. The first glove is then inside the second one, which has the service side now on the inside against the other glove. They are disposed of together. If a manicure and pedicure are being performed on the same client, a new set of gloves must be worn for each service. If the services require moving from one place of service to another several times, several sets of gloves will need to be used. The technician is to perform hand washing after removing each set of gloves and before putting on a new set when two services are being performed together, or apply antimicrobial gel cleanser between sets of gloves during the same appointment. Did you know gloves are available in latex, vinyl, and nitrile materials? Note that some clients are allergic to latex and that vinyl gloves allow penetration by many microbes. Furthermore, latex gloves often shred into pieces when used to apply some lotions. For these reasons, many believe nitrile gloves are the best choice for nail services. They do sometimes shred with extended use of polish remover, and if so, will need to be replaced. They come in boxes of 100 and are available at beauty and medical supply stores. Implements. So everything we just talked about right here, everything, gloves, mitts, paraffin wax, trash container, supply tray, gauze, all of that, the manicuring table, the lamp, all of those were equipment. So now we are moving forward to implements. Implements are tools used to perform your services and are multiple use, reusable, or single use disposable. Multi-use implements are generally stainless steel, and they must be properly cleaned and disinfected prior to use on another client. Less expensive nickel-plated metals implements will corrode during disinfection and sterilization. Single-use implements cannot be reused and must be thrown away after a single use. It is recommended that nail technicians have several clean and disinfected service sets implements available for use at all times. Multi-use implements. Multi-use implements are those that can be reused after infection control procedures have been performed on them. They are metal, stainless steel if they are to maintain their quality. Metal pusher. The metal pusher, many times incorrectly called a cuticle pusher. Say what? The metal pusher, many times incorrectly called a cuticle pusher. So y'all mean to tell me all this time because I ain't the only one who been saying cuticle pusher. We've been saying cuticle pusher when it's called a metal pusher incorrectly. So we're incorrectly, y'all. It's actually not to be used to push back the eponychium. It is designed to gently scrape the cuticle tissue from the natural nail plate. Metal pushers must be stainless steel and used carefully so that they will not cause damage to the nail matrix or microscopic trauma to the tissues. Improper use of the nail plate can cause grooving in the nail plate. Damage to the nail matrix can cause nail growth problems. Tiny microscopic openings in the skin allow microbe entrance into the skin and can lead to infection. If you have rough or sharp edges on your metal pusher, use an abrasive to smooth or remove them. This prevents digging into the nail plate or damaging the protective barriers created by the eponychium and cuticle. Take care not to thin the file's edges into a blade, which would allow it to cut the tissue. Hold the metal pusher the way you would hold a pencil, with the flat end held at the 20 to 30 degree angle from the nail plate. With the spoon end, carefully loosen and push back the dead cuticle tissue on the nail plate. Nail nippers is a stainless steel implement used to carefully trim away dead skin around the nails. It is never used to cut, rip, or tear away live tissue, as the live nail fold tissue is important to ward off microbes and prevent infection around the nail plate. Nippers must be cleaned and disinfected before use on every client, taking special care to open the hinges for cleaning and disinfecting. Always maintaining a sharp edge on your nippers to prevent accidental ripping and tearing into the live tissue. It is important that you learn the correct use of nail nippers while in school. To use nippers, hold your thumbs around one handle and 3 fingers around the other, with the blades facing the nail plate. Your index finger is placed on the box joint to help control the blade and help guide it properly. Tweezers are a multi-task implement that can be used for lifting small bits of debris from nail plate, retrieving and placing nail art, removing implements from disinfectant solutions, and much more. They must be properly cleaned and disinfected before use on any client, as they may come in contact with a client's skin or nails. They must be stainless steel in order to disinfect after each use. Nail clippers shorten the free edge quickly and efficiently. If your client's nails are too long, clipping them will save filing time during your service. Clip the nails from each side to prevent stress or damage to the sides of the nail plates, and then file to shape the nails. Nail clippers must be properly cleaned and disinfected before use on every client. These implements must be stainless steel to be properly disinfected. Many nail technicians prefer to shorten toenails with an implement that is similar to a heavy-duty nail nipper, but with the curved shape of the cutting head. These tools are used differently from nail clippers. You start from a side and nip the nail in small bits across the free edge, taking care to trim only the free edge and not to nip the tissue surrounding the nails. The nipper jaws are held at a 45-degree angle to the nail, with tips pointed away from the hyponychium and the lower tip pointed to the free edge. Single-use implements. All single-use implements are used once on a client, then they are discarded, preferably in the client's view. I want to read this. Did you know, guys? Did you know a nail technician needs at least 3 sets of quality stainless steel implements in order to have a completely clean and disinfected set ready for each client? One set is in the disinfectant or autoclave. The second set is being used. Third set is ready for use. By always having a set of implements ready, your clients won't have to wait for the disinfection process. If you run late when the current client is finished, the implements in the disinfectant are removed, rinsed, and dried or placed to air dry. The ones just used are prepared for disinfection, and the third set is ready for use on your next client. A well-organized nail professional will schedule his or her day to include time to clean and disinfect implements and work areas. Remember, it can take approximately 15 to 20 minutes to properly clean and then disinfect implements after each use, and 25 minutes for the autoclave process to be completed. Brushes and applicators. Any brush or applicator that comes into contact with the client's nail or skin during a manicure or pedicure must be properly cleaned and disinfected before use on another client. If they cannot be properly cleaned and disinfected according to your state's regulations, they must be disposed or after a single use. Check with the manufacturers if you are unsure whether a brush or applicator can be properly cleaned and then disinfected. Nail polish brushes are the exception. They are stored in an oxygen-free, water-free liquid polish which does not allow the growth of microbes. With no water or air, they die with a short time. However, microbes just pick up the brush can be carried onto another nail if the brush is immediately used to polish. Wooden pusher / orange wood or birch wood stick. The wooden pusher is used to remove dead cuticle tissue from the nail plate, to clean under a free edge of the nail, or to apply products. Hold the stick as you would hold a pencil, with the tip at a 23-degree angle from the nail plate while pushing the cuticle free. It is a single-use implement and is not intended for reuse or disinfection. Apply nail products by completely wrapping the end of the stick with the small pieces of cotton and placing or dipping the product onto the cotton. If the cotton tip is dipped into the product, enough must be retrieved for the entire application. If more product is needed, the cotton on your wooden pusher must be changed after each application to prevent contamination of the product. Using products that have spout lids can shorten the application time. The spout must be not touch the cotton tip, nail plate, or the skin. Nail brushes. This plastic nail cleaning implement is used in many ways during nail services. A nail brush is used by the client when he or she arrives at the salon as part of the hand washing procedure. A nail brush is used by the nail technician to remove surface debris during a service. A nail brush is used by the nail technician during hand washing between clients. A nail brush is used to scrub the implements before disinfection, a very important task. Nail brushes are used once and then disinfected or thrown away. FYI, y'all can read that. Product application brushes. Application brushes can be used to apply nail oils or treatments to a client's nails. It is recommended that you purchase inexpensive disposable brushes to apply products that can support bacterial growth. Dip enough product out of the container onto your brush for your entire application, or pour a small amount of the product into a small end of a clean dapping dish. Dip the application brush into the dish throughout the application and then throw both the brush and the product away after the application is finished. All right. Let's get on with materials. Materials and supplies used during a manicure are designed to be single-use and must be replaced for each client. These items are considered not reusable. All right. Abrasive nail files and buffers. Abrasive nail files and buffers are available in many different types and grits, such as those with firm, rigid, supporting cores or those with foam, very flexible cores. They are single use only for infection control purposes. Grits range from a less than 180 to over 240 per centimeter. A rule of thumb is the lower the grit, the larger the abrasive particle on the file and the more aggressive its action. Therefore, lower grit abrasive files and buffers, 180 or less grit, quickly reduces any surface and produce deep and more visible scratches than do those of a higher grit. As such, lower grit files must be used with caution and are generally not used on natural nails. Higher grit files remove scratches and smooth surfaces through polishing. You must prep or edge your abrasive file before using them on a client to prevent harming the client with sharp edges. These files are stamped from a large sheet or prep materials, leaving very sharp edges that are not removed before the file are shipped. You are responsible for removing this damaged edge for every new file. To prep it for its use, rub another clean, unused file across the edges to remove the sharp edge. This is called file prepping. Many nail technicians prepare all their new files and store them in a clean container. If the edge is not removed on new files, clients will be at risk for cuts. Check the corners of buffers too. They usually need to be prepped. So, what we just read, it was just talking about the files. If you do not know, they have 180 to 240 grit. No, I'm sorry, not 180. I think it's like 80. They probably even have higher ones, but the lowest one I've seen on a nail is an 80 grit. 80 grit, you would use those for those sharp acrylic nails. You want that sharp edge, that sharp, slick coffin, or that sharp, stiletto. A lot of people use 80 grit. There's also 100 grit. I use 100 grits. And the more and more you go up, the finer, the less abrasive the nail files are. So if you are using a natural nail, if you're trying to prep a natural nail, you would not use a 100 grit file or 80 grit file. You would use maybe like a 200 file or a 240 file or nothing under a 180. All right, and then also it was just saying also with the files, when you get them, the new files, the grits, by the grit being on the file, the edges are so sharp, so we have to prep the edges of the file so that we won't cut the client, as well with the buffers. And then also with the sanding bands too, I do that with my sanding band. I might get the drill and get my buffer, and I'll just turn it on like maybe a little low speed and hold it on there for about 5 seconds so that it won't cut the client when I am using the drill. So yeah, very helpful information, y'all. We learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. Some things we might already know, but it's good to have a refresher. Okay, medium grit abrasives, 180, are used to smooth and refine surfaces. The 180 is used to shorten and shape natural nails. Fine grit abrasives feature grits of 240 and higher. They are designed for buffing, polishing, and removing very fine scratches. Abrasive boards and buffers typically have 1, 2, or 3 different grit surfaces depending on the type of use and style. Some abrasive boards and buffers can be cleaned and disinfected. Check with the manufacturer to see if the abrasive of your choice can be disinfected. All abrasives must be cleaned and disinfected before use on another client. Check with your instructor as to whether your state allows the use of abrasive boards that are considered disinfectable and some states do not. Abrasives that cannot survive the cleaning and disinfection process without being damaged and are considered disposable and must be discarded after a single use. Two-way or three-way buffers or abrasive technology replaces the chemois. Am I saying that right? I forgot, y'all. Am I saying that right? Let me know. That becomes contaminated with the multiple uses, creates a beautiful shine on nails. The buffer is shaped like a two-sided nail file, long and narrow, with 1 or 2 additional grit abrasives and a final shine surface. Begin with the lowest grit abrasive surface in the smoothing task to move to the larger grit and then finally to the shining surface, usually no grit. The result is a glossy shine on the nails. This buffer is generally used on natural nails and in the final steps of the two-color application for two-color application of monomer liquid and polymer powder nails, such as the French manicure look, to produce beautiful smooth nails that will be worn with sheer or clear polish only. Most 2 or 3-way buffers are single use only, and must be thrown away after each use. Did y'all know that? That's why I did the long pause, because I did not. Now, like, I remember back in the day, like in the 90s, when they used to do your French manicure, they would use those to give you that shine. And sometimes that shine would be so good, they wouldn't even put no gloss. They wouldn't put no top coat on my nails. Because that buffer will give it like that shine. I don't know if y'all remember. I'm a 90s baby. But yeah, so like that just like, I need to get some of those. Maybe that's something I can do after, you know how we be doing the ombre, or if we doing a French manicure. Do that and then put that top coat on there. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to try it out. But yeah, I do need to get some of those, because I do got like the regular buffers, but that what is it called? The one that shines it. Yeah. So they're saying that they put that shine on there when doing a French manicure look to produce beautiful smooth nails that will be worn with a sheer. See, and it says that you can wear it with a sheer clear polish only. So yeah, y'all, I'm gonna try it out. Maybe we can do a video and see compared to not doing that and then doing it. Single-use or terry cloth towels are an example of materials that do not require immersion of disinfection if they are properly laundered by the salon or laundry. Cloth towels must be washed between clients and paper towels must be thrown away after use. A client uses a fresh, clean terry cloth towel or new disposable paper towel after washing his or her hands. The best terry cloth towel for use in a personal service is white, as it can be bleached during washing between uses. Other clean towels are used to cover any surfaces that cannot be disinfected during each manicure, including the work area. If spills occur on the table, other terry cloth or disposable towels must be used to wipe them from the surface. Caution, 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 caution. Excessive pressure or buffing too long with an abrasives that are too low in grit on the nail plate can generate excessive and painful heat into the nail bed and can can lead to onycholysis and possible infection. I just destroyed the word. If your client is feeling heat or burning, lighten the pressure, lower the speed of the buffing, and raise the buffer from the surface between buff passes. Gauze cotton balls, pledgets, or plastic back pads. Lint-free plastic back fiber or cotton pads are often used in the beauty industry to remove nail polish. Plastic backing protects nail professional fingertips from overexposure to drying solvents and other chemicals. Gauze squares or cotton balls are also popular for removing nail polish. They are inexpensive and perfectly designed for this and other application tasks. Gauze are 2x2 or 4x4 or 10x16, also called pledges, have many uses in manicure services, from product removal to application. All these materials must be stored in a manner to prevent dust, debris from contaminating them. Plastic or metal spatulas. A single-use plastic or multi-use metal spatula must be used when removing products from their respective containers to prevent contamination of the products and the spread of disease. If a spatula comes into contact with you or the client's skin, it must be properly cleaned and disinfected before being used again or disposed of, and replaced with a new. Disposable spatulas, in addition, never use the same spatula to remove unlike products from different containers, as the chemistry of the product may not be the same. All right, it says law. State regulatory alert. Reusing implements without properly cleaning and disinfecting them is against the regulations in every state. This inappropriate and illegal use of implements puts clients at risk of the transfer of infection. Yes. With COVID going on, y'all, we don't need that. Please clean your implements after every client, after every service. Properly clean them. Don't just put them into the disinfectant jar. No, let's do right. Because we ain't trying to spread nothing. All we trying to spread is some bum nails, some glitter. Trying to spread some glitter, a little ombre, a little stiletto love, and a little coffin love. Yeah, y'all, so. Did you know? The Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, states that it does not matter whether the soap cleanser used in a salon is antibacterial or not. It still removes microbes and debris. Furthermore, repeated use of some antibacterial soaps cleansers can be drying to the skin. However, many clients feel more secure if an antibacterial soap is used at the wash station. All right. So the soap does not have to be antibacterial. As long as you have some type of soap and you're actually doing the scrubbing process of actually washing your hands to remove the debris and the microbes, um, you have lesser chances of getting germs or spreading germs or bacteria. But antibacterial just lets you know, like, it really is gonna, regardless if you're I guess if you're scrubbing or not, I don't know. But yeah, but a lot of people do prefer antibacterial. Again, with COVID going on, I would prefer antibacterial as well. Polish remover are used to dissolve and remove nail polish. There are two types of polish removers available: acetone-based and non-acetone-based products. Acetone-based polish removers work more quickly and are better solvents than non-acetone-based removers. Acetone is a colorless, inflammable liquid, miscible with water, alcohol, and ether, and has a sweetish odor or burning taste. It is used as a solvent. Non-acetone removers will not dissolve polish and enhancement products as quickly as acetone-based removers. So many technicians prefer non-acetone removers when removing nail polish from nail enhancements, such as wraps. However, many experienced nail technicians prefer acetone-based removers due to their experience. They can work faster to remove the polish and feel their speedy efforts, and their rapid evaporation of the acetone prevents the dissolving of the enhancements. Both acetone-based and non-acetone-based polish removers can be used safely. Both can cause drying of the skin and cuticles. As with all products, read and follow the manufacturer's instructions for use. Use them minimally and quickly. Both acetone-based and non-acetone-based removers contain an additional ingredient. An additional ingredient may be oil to prevent drying of the nail plates and surrounding tissue. Y'all can read that. Did you know? Nail creams, lotion, and oils. These products are designed to soften dry skin around the nail plate and to increase the flexibility of natural nails. They are especially effective on nails that appear to be brittle or dry and are the number one nail product that should be sold to manicure and pedicure clients. Nail creams are barrier products. They contain ingredients designed to seal the surface of the skin around the nails and hold in the subdermal moisture in the skin. Nail oils are designed to be absorbed into the nail plate to increase flexibility and to the surrounding skin to soften and moisturize. Typically, oils and lotions can penetrate the nail plate or skin and will have long-lasting effects than creams. But all three can be highly effective and useful for clients, especially as daily use home care products. So yes, nail creams and lotions and oils. So I see a lot of people do use lotions during manicures. I even use lotions, a warm lotion during manicures. I never had a cream. Well, I did have a nail OPI cream, but it was years ago, when I was in cosmetology school. But yeah, and then the nail oils, aka cuticle oils. Everybody know about the cuticle oils. Everybody know about the cuticle oils. Everybody, yeah. A lot of people after sets will apply the cuticle oil around the cuticle or the epinecule, whatever y'all say. To just give it, to moisturize it, and so it can be flexible. A lot of people do have dry cuticles, sometimes due to the weather, sometimes from washing your hands, sometimes from the acetone, the different products you're using. So yeah. Colored polish, enamel, lacquer, or varnish. Colored coatings applied to natural nail plate are variously known as polish enamel, lacquer, or varnish. All of these terms are actually marketing terms used to describe the same types of products containing similar ingredients. Polish is a generic term describing any type of solvent-based colored film applied to the nail plate for the purpose of adding color or special visual effects. It is usually applied in 2 coats over a base coat followed by a top coat. Did you know? Never shake your polish bottles. Shaking may cause air bubbles to form and cause the polish application to be rough and have an irregular appearance. Instead, gently roll the polished bottles between your palms and thoroughly mix. Thoroughly mix. Gel polish products, a form of nail color that addresses the constant smudging clients experience after a service has recently been created. Developed specifically for natural nails, it is now also used on enhancements. After adjustments to application methods were made, see Chapter 18 for more information on gels and gel polishes. So let me remind y'all, this is probably a 2015, copyright 2015, MILADY nail technology book. So we about 6 years behind. I do not have the most up-to-date one. I will be getting it soon. But yeah, so far, I mean, you're still getting the same information. Because I'm pretty sure they have updated the gel polish. The gel polish section in the book. So as in here, we have to go to Chapter 18 for more information. Compared to probably the new books, it probably already got it in there because it's more up to date. That's the trend now. Everybody's doing gel polish. All right. Base coat. A base coat creates a colorless layer on the natural nail and nail enhancement that promotes the adhesion of polish. It also reduces the potential for polish to develop a yellowish staining or other discoloration on the natural nail plate. Some nail plates are especially susceptible to stains from red or dark colors. Base coats are also important to use on nail enhancements under color polish to prevent surface staining, like nail polishes. Base coats contain solvents designed to evaporate. These products usually contain a form of adhesive that aids in retaining the polish for a longer time. After evaporation, a sticky adhesion-promoting film is left behind on the surface of the nail plate to increase adhesion of the colored coating. Lighter cured gel polishes usually require a light cured base coat. Nail hardener. Nail hardeners are usually used to improve the surface hardness or durability of weak or thin nails. Some can also prevent splitting or peeling of the nail plate. If used properly, hardeners can be applied before base coat or after as top coat, according to the manufacturer's directions. There are several basic types of nail hardeners. There is a protein hardener. A protein hardener is a combination of clear polish and protein, such as collagen. This provides a clear, hard coating on the surface of the nail, but does not change or affect the natural nail plate itself. Protein collagen has a very large molecule that cannot be absorbed into the nail plate. Other nail hardeners contain reinforcing fibers such as nylon that also cannot be absorbed into the nail plate. Therefore, the protection they provide comes from the coating itself. They are not therapeutic. These products can be used on any natural nail. Nail plate hardeners do not contain formaldehyde, as was once believed in the industry. The ingredient is actually methylene glycol, an ingredient that creates bridges or cross-links between the keratin strands that make up the natural nail, making the plate stiffer and more resistant to bending and breaking. Methylene glycol is not irritating to the skin. These products are useful for thin and weak nail plates, but should never be applied to nails that are already very hard, rigid, and or brittle. Methylene glycol hardeners can make brittle nails become so rigid that they may split and shatter. If signs of excessive brittleness or splitting, discoloration of the nail bed, development ventral pagirium or other signs of adverse nail and skin reactions occur, discontinue use. These products should be used as instructed by the manufacturer until the client's nail reaches the desired goal, and then their use should be discontinued until the product may be needed again. Clients are generally instructed to apply the product daily over nail polish as a top coat or under nail polish as a base coat. When the polish is removed and reapplied, clients must be instructed to follow manufacturer's instructions. DMU. Use DMU to also add cross links to the natural nail plate. DMU does not cause adverse skin reactions. This hardener does not work as quickly as hardener containing methylene glycol, but will not over-harden nails as the latter may will with overuse. Top coat are applied over colored polish to prevent chipping and to add a shine to the finished nail. These products contain ingredients that create hard, shiny films after the solvent has evaporated. Typically, the main ingredients are methacrylic or cellulose-type film formers. Nail polish dryer products are designed to hasten the drying of nail polishes. They are typically applied with a dropper or a brush or sprayed onto the surface of the polish. They promote rapid drying by pulling solvents from the nail polish, causing the color film to form more quickly. These products can be dramatically shorten drying time and will reduce the risk of the client smudging the recent polish application. Hand creams and lotions add a finishing touch to a manicure since they soften and smooth the hands. They make the skin and finished manicure look as beautiful as possible. Hand creams are generally designed to be barriers on the skin to help skin retain its natural moisture or contain penetrating ingredients to soften the skin or repair damage. Their purpose is to make the skin on the hands less prone to becoming dry or cracked. Lotion is generally more penetrating than creams and may treat lower levels of the epidermis. Mitts or paraffin dips can be used over a lotion to enhance penetration of the ingredients into the skin. Nail conditioners contain ingredients to reduce brittleness of the nail. They should be applied as directed by manufacturer, but are especially useful when applied at night before bedtime. They can be oils, lotions, or creams. So y'all, this is still, we're still talking about equipment, right? This is still equipment. Materials, I'm sorry. So we're still under materials. So all of this stuff, this is materials you need, not equipment. Equipment is like tables and all of that. Then the implements is like the cuticle pushers, your and your files and your brushes, and yeah. So yeah, this would be materials. I'm sorry if I just confused or lost y'all. Yeah, so everything we were just talking about, this is all materials you need to perform services. Sunscreens. These lotions contain ingredients that protect the skin from damage by the ultraviolet rays, UVA and UVB from the sun. UVA is known to cause age spots on the backs of the hands and damage to the DNA of the cells of the skin. UVB is known as the burning rays, meaning they are what cause sunburns. Overexposure to the sun is known as a major cause of aging and skin cancer. Encourage your clients to purchase and use broad spectrum sunscreens on all their exposed skin. Some products only protect from UVA rays. Broad spectrum indicates the product will usually protect from both UVA and UVB. New requirements from the labeling of these products are being developed by the FDA. The Basic Manicure. The Basic Manicure is the foundation of all nail technology service. Wait, so let's pause. So we are now finna go into actually the manicure service. This will, I didn't mean to do that. This, this is like a procedure. And it says go to page 244. So what we're going to do, let me see. Let me see. I'm going to try to get this up on another page. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to see if I can get this up so we can actually see. While I am doing this, you guys can be either jotting down notes. If you have any questions for me, put them in the comments or send me an email. You can hit me up. My email is nailzddior@gmail. That's NAILZ, Z as in zebra, DIOR @gmail. Or just, if you have a question, hit me up in the comments or hit me up through my DM on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at URNAILZDIOR. You are Nails Dior. And also Facebook, Nails Dior. So all right, so I had to jump to the procedures so that we can follow along. Because if the procedures are on different pages, what I will be reading won't be what's on the screen. So I don't know how you guys, however you want to follow along. The Basic Manicure. The Basic Manicure is the foundation of all nail technology services. It is vital that you know and recognize all of the components necessary for making this service successful. A manicure is a cosmetic treatment of the hands involving cutting, shaping, and often painting of the nails, removal of the cuticles, and softening of the skin. The information you learn for the Basic Manicure will serve as a foundation for all of the other nail services you will perform in your career. Work to get your basic manicure procedure, including polishing, down to 30 to 45 minutes at the most, preferably 30 minutes, before you leave your school environment, and you will be more hireable, more successful in your career. Practice until you can perform this skill automatically without considering what is next in the protocol, and you will portray the confidence and professional aura that clients prefer in their nail technician. So yeah, like I had a timer where I used to just time myself, and I need to start back. And I said I'm gonna go back to the basics, just refreshers before I start this new exciting journey. And I just want to just prep myself, go over everything. And I will, sometimes I use my fiance when I do manicures, either him or his sister. And I do perform manicures for him. So let's see, we have a caution. During a manicure, always file the nails before they are soaked, as water will absorb into the nail plate and make it softer and more easily damaged during filing. So file your nails before soaking into the water. Alright, so now we are going to the procedure. Okay, wait, but before we go there, let's read this application tip. If the nails are long and need to be shortened more than the usual amount of filing, they can be cut with nail clippers or nail nippers if they are extremely long. Clip or nip from the sides in small bits toward the center of the nails to prevent stress to the sides and possibly splitting. This clipping will save time during the filing process. File the free edge after using the nail clippers to perfect the shaping. So let's move this. I'm getting ready to move some stuff, y'all. Bear with me. Don't be being nosy. Boop. Like that, right there, like that, like that. Not bad, like that. All right, let's ride. Okay, so here we go. Y'all want it like that, or let's do it another way? We do it like that, like that. We do it like that, like that. Is y'all excited? Like we on, okay, so like we've learned about infections. We learned, you know, about washing your hands, about bacteria. We learned about the anatomy of the nails, and we learned about, you know, the names of the nails and what forms a nail and the different layers of the skin and just so much. Now that we know that, we are able to see if someone comes to us, we can say, oh, hey, like, yeah, you might need to get that checked. I don't want to perform a service because of how it's looking. I can't, what did they say? Not prescribe, but I can't not just diagnose you with anything, but I will get that checked first. Or you can say, oh no, that's no problem. I have something, a product for that will make it go away or to help it, you know, get better. Or so I can still do that service for you. We know that. We'll know that. But now here comes the part to where we are actually learning how to perform the service or actually do the services. Actually put the work in. All right, so procedure 13-1. This is the setup. This is setting up your table, getting ready for your manicuring service. This is also one of the things that your state board will test you on as well, the practical. Yes, so yeah, let's see. So like I said, what I have on my screen, what I'm showing on my screen, you won't see what I will be reading. So, but if you are still following along with me, you'll know what I'm reading, if that makes sense. All right. 3-part procedure. This is performing a basic manicure. And once again, like I said, if you want to follow along with what's on the screen, I think it's page 244, according to the book. It is easier to keep track of what you are doing to remain organized and to give consistent services if you break your nail care procedures down into 3 individual parts. These 3 parts are pre-service, actual service, and post-service. Do y'all hear me preaching? Say it is easier to keep track of what you are doing to remain organized and to give consistent service if you break your procedures down into 3 parts. The 3 parts are pre-service, actual service, and post-service. Say it with me. Pre-service, actual service, and post-service. Pre-service procedural, right here guys, pre-service procedural is an organized step-by-step plan for cleaning and disinfecting your tools, implements, and materials for setting up the basic manicuring table, like what they're doing here, setting up the manicuring table, and for meeting, greeting, and escorting your client to your service area. Okay, so let's look back up here. is showing you following the directions on the product label. Clean and then disinfect your manicuring table and drawer with the EPA approved disinfectant. Be sure to leave the disinfectant on the table for the amount of time specified on the product label. Position the cushion on the edge of the table in front of the client. Next, place a lint-free disposable cloth in front of you to work from. This cloth can be replaced as needed throughout the service. Place the abrasives and buffers of your choice on the table to your right or to the left if you are left-handed. Many technicians wrap them neatly in a towel to ward off dust and potential contaminants. Now, I know if some of you are wondering, why did it start with number 8? That's because if we go back up, number 1 is talking about cleaning and disinfecting your implements. But I'm gonna wrap around, and we're gonna do cleaning and disinfecting your implements after the service, right? Because remember, we're going to pretend like this is our first service. So our implements are already clean and sterilized and we're ready. So right now we're setting up our table. We're disinfecting our table. And we're getting our buffers and abrasives out. If you're right-handed, place it on the right. If you're left-handed, place it on the left. Wrap it in a towel to ward off dust and contaminants. Before your client arrives, set out your tools and implements, then fill a finger bowl with warm water and place it on the left or right of your table. Place the manicure brush next to the finger bowl. You will need to bring the finger bowl to the middle of the table when needed. Tape or clip a plastic bag that can be closed securely